Imposter syndrome is the experience of debilitating doubt of skill and talent, despite evidence of success. While a common symptom of high achievers and perfectionists, imposter syndrome is frequently the consequence of discrimination, bias, stereotypes, racism, and elitism. Imposters dwell in a persistent fear of being exposed as incompetent or inadequate, a fear that triggers self-doubt, anxiety, burnout, stalled growth, externalization of success, and avoidance. To disrupt this phenomenon for our students, we are asking graduates to share stories from college and career to normalize the experience. This is one of our conversations. Welcome to Imposter Podcast. Today we have with us three Lincoln seniors, current Lincoln seniors, class of 2026. We're doing something a little bit different this time. We're going to call this Imposter Plus, something like that. Interviewing current students about their the process of leaving Lincoln in the world that's beyond this campus, whether it's college or career or community college, whatever. Today we have with us a Daisy, who is from the School of Health Sciences. Say hello.
Hello.
There we go. We have Mia, who's from the Media Arts Entertainment pathway here.
Hello.
And we have Haran, who's from the Science and Engineering. Hello, engineering pathway. So normally when we do this, I start by talking with, or have our guest explain sort of their pre-Lincoln life, like how the road of sort of how they got here to Lincoln, right? But I think this time I want to do something a little bit different with you guys. Since we're starting this off, I'm going to do a different format altogether. So I came across an article a couple days ago called the 10 Common Anxieties About What Comes Next. And it's essentially the things that seniors become anxious about as they're going through the process of preparing for college and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to kind of maybe ask you these questions and see where you stand on all of these, how you've managed these anxieties, if they actually caused worry or stress or fear for you. And the goal is to get you kind of thinking about next step. What is it going to be like? Cool? Mm-hmm. Let's start by defining what an imposter is. Do you guys know when I say imposter syndrome, do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you guys explain it in your understanding of imposter syndrome?
To me, I feel like it's like no matter what you do, you never feel like you're enough. Like no matter if you have perfect grades or you work and you're doing everything right, you still don't feel like you're enough and you feel like an imposter.
Like an imposter, yeah.
Oh,
Anything to add, or you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So additionally, I think it's the idea of like, despite the fact that you have proven you're good enough, right? You're a salutatorian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So academically, you have the skills to be successful in college, right? Mm-hmm. But when you get there, you may have, you're going to be freshman again. You may be struggling with a class. Jasmine, who was here, talked about the first time she failed a class, first class she's ever failed and it happened in college. Those kinds of things tend to weigh on you a little bit more. It's also really hard when you don't see faces like yours on campus and things like that. It makes you feel as kind of like an outsider. And so the goal of this podcast is to sort of normalize this experience of going to college and make it seem just like the natural next step. It is a place where students from Lincoln belong, right? So the first question is, the first anxiety that seniors tend to struggle with is they feel as though they have to have their entire life figured out right now. I see some head nodding here. Okay. Do you at this point feel as though you have your life figured out? Do you have a plan? What is the plan? Tell me about that. Do you have it figured out? Do you know what you're doing next year? Do you know what you're going to study? Do you know the end game?
All right. Yeah, I can go.
Okay.
Well, being part of the pathway of engineering, I've met great teachers along the way, like Mr. Jeffries. He really showed me what it is to be an engineer, especially when he recruited me to be part of the robotics team. Mm-hmm. From there, I met great friends along the way. Was able to improve myself as an engineer. I was able to teach myself how to use Onshape, which is a CAD software, communicate with others, and being like a part of a team structure. And so, like, as being part of a senior now, I would really love to further my education in like mechanical engineering. That's what I feel like is best for me. But there might be cases where if I'm in college and it's just stressing me out and it's something that's like, how do you say it? Like, it's not something that I'm liking, then I would probably switch. But based on my experience, like, I've done internships with General Atomics and Northrop Grumman. And
so all the experiences you've had so far, they're pointing you directly towards engineering.
Yeah.
You're pretty solid with that choice.
Yeah, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I enjoy it. I would say it's my passion, especially robotics. I've been treating it as like a 9 to 5.
Okay.
I've been putting a lot of effort into it because, I'm also devoted to going back to Houston, and it's just something I really enjoyed.
Got you. Ladies?
I think I don't have like a big chunk of my life figured out. And honestly, like, I'm kind of just living day by day because that's kind of how I chose my major. Because I didn't like originally want to do film, but that was just like kind of a last minute decision I made after I took your class.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just like going more by feeling.
Do you have a general area that you're interested in if it's not filmed directly? Because I know you're into animation, drawing.
Yeah, it's animation, just like the arts in general.
So something artistic, creative.
It's always been that.
Yeah, I feel like I do have a plan, but honestly, I'm like, when I'm in college, if I do change my mind, I'm open to that. Like, I'm open to learning, like, all the new experiences. Like, I'm open to anything, honestly, as long as it has to do with, I know this sounds cheesy, but like helping the world out, like, that's at the end of the day, that's what I want to do, is be there to support other people. So yeah, whether that's like a therapist or like nutritionist, like, I know that I just want to be there for others.
Did you feel like you had to have that plan here at Lincoln? Like in 9th grade, you guys were asked to choose a pathway. Do you feel like that was kind of forcing you into a choice?
Well, I always was fascinated with the human body. Even like in my science classes in middle school, I really enjoyed them. So the fact that they had a pathway related to that, I thought that was so cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did it seem to be a natural fit for you guys?
No. I'm not gonna lie, no. Like, when it was freshman year and there was like an expo for everything, at the time, like, I was still set on like animation. So I was kind of just like, okay, I guess I have to choose like the next closest thing, which was media arts.
Got you. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, for me, I just went into engineering because most of my friends went into engineering. I didn't really have much thought about it, but it wasn't until like I actually got into the classes where it was like a discovery that I actually liked engineering.
You found out found a skill or talent that you maybe didn't know you had. Did you guys ever think about changing pathways here at Lincoln?
No.
Interesting. All 3 pathways represented here. Cool. A second anxiety. Before we move on, anything else you guys want to say about this? Having life figured out. What is your end game? Like, do you already know what you want to do after high school or after college? Even
I have like a general idea. Like,
is the goal just a bachelor's and then work?
For me, no. I would go back to school for like a master's in whatever I do, an emphasis in film, or I would go back to school later in life for animation.
Got you.
Yeah, I would go back for master's because for my route, I have to get registered to even make like 90K. So,
is money a motivating factor for you all?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I believe it's not, and I want to believe it's not. But I mean, this.
I didn't mean that to sound like you're being greedy.
Yeah.
But
it has to be
money?
a factor.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, because unless like you want to depend on someone else your whole life, like your parents or like your spouse, like you have to be able to have a foundation for yourself.
Was that part of your decision to go to 4-year? And does that factor into which school you're deciding to go to finances in general?
Well, yeah, I feel like finances always have a lot to do with like college decisions.
Cool. So the next area that is a common anxiety for seniors is this feeling that a 4-year university or college is the only real option. It's the only option. So my question to you guys is, what colleges are you considering? Obviously, that was the choice that all three of you landed on, having spoke with you before about your choices. How did you come to those conclusions about those colleges? How did you make the choice? Why did you choose those schools, right? And did you ever consider anything that wasn't a 4-year university? Did you ever consider just going straight into career, getting maybe some training and certification or something? Anyone want to start us off? What are your colleges? How did you choose your colleges? Let's start with that.
All right. So when applying for colleges, I applied for mechanical engineering, and then from there, I did research upon like based on what they offer, like programs. Because if there's a university that has a program like robotics, then that would most likely interest me.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like Formula SAE, which is like a junior team of Formula One, and that's something that caught my attention a lot. And then from there, I applied to schools like UCSD, Cal Poly Pomona, SDSU, and San Jose. I also applied to Cal Berkeley, but still hasn't come out yet, and I'm waiting on that.
Didn't Berkeley come out today? Wasn't it supposed to come out today?
I thought so too. I'm not sure.
I heard Friday.
Friday?
I heard Friday.
I hear they keep pushing the dates back for some of these. Yeah, okay. So you've, all the programs that you looked into had specifically a robotics program.
Yes.
Or some affiliation with the robotics program. And you did all that research before you even applied for the schools. You were like, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Did you consider things like location of the school?
Yeah.
Or demographic of the school, like the student makeup? Did you consider any of those things?
Mostly location, because if I'm being honest, I would like to stay as close to San Diego, especially since most of my family's here. I don't know how I would, well, I can't really tell, but if I like go very far, I don't know how I would handle that, especially being in like somewhere I haven't been. I don't know the area. And so that's why I'm like heavily considering like UCSD or SDSU.
Yeah. That distance is a whole different set of anxieties come with that. Me, I know that's kind of what you're choosing, right? Is you're choosing to.
Yeah. I'm considering between UC Santa Cruz, Long Beach State, and Cal State Northridge. When I was applying, I honestly, since I did kind of start last minute my applications, I kind of just searched up good film programs in California, and I just chose from there. And like I did care about location, demographic, especially because I don't want to go to a school where there's not a lot of diversity. Like I actually searched it up like for every school. That's why I didn't end up applying for any private schools, because like most of them were like primarily white, and that's not something that interests me. So yeah.
But film, LA makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. So
Did you apply UCLA?
I did, and I got rejected.
Oh no!
I did too.
Did you?
Too. Yeah.
How do you guys deal with that? What's that like?
Honestly, I was kind of indifferent about it, because like I'm not the type to have an aspiration, like a delusion, you know, like I was expecting it, like deep down. I knew it was going to be a rejection, so I was not surprised at all.
But I mean, on the bright side, some of the schools you got into are extremely competitive, right?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, especially when you go into a major like film,
Yeah.
it's super competitive. So, yeah, that makes sense. How did you deal with that rejection from UCLA?
Well, I wasn't really considering UCLA.
Okay.
But I applied to it just because my sister did.
That's right. Okay, that makes sense.
She also motivated me to apply UCLA, but I wasn't really considering it because going to her campus, UCLA is beautiful and all that, but I think just the environment's a little too much for me.
Gotcha.
I prefer like a calmer one.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot going on in LA, in that area. Daisy, what about you? How'd you make your choices? What'd you
So
consider?
I'm in between UC Davis and San Diego State. So for UC Davis, it's clinical nutrition, and for San Diego State, it's foods and nutrition. And I honestly just chose them because the same as me. I just searched up what schools are best for nutrition, and then which ones are ACEN accredited to later become registered. But I just wanted to apply to like also other schools. Like I also applied to UC San Diego for psychology and like UC Santa Barbara for psychology, and I also got in because I just wanted backups just in case. But I think I'm considering between those two because they have what I'm interested in, and if I go somewhere and they don't even have what I am interested in right now, like how am I going to deal with that?
You can always make the change later, right?
Yeah.
People change their majors in colleges
Yeah.
regularly, right? So if you find something there that piques your interest, why not? How did you guys decide it was college for you? Like, did you consider these other programs? Did you consider community college? Are you considering community college?
No, I never considered it. Be- because like I do understand why people go to community college, because like it's usually mostly because of like financial issues, but like since I'm first generation and like I grew up low income, I always kind of felt like it was like a duty of mine that I had to get there, because like I've tried so hard in high school and I got these good grades and I did all these things, just to like, I don't want to sound mean, but like just to like go to community college. I'm not trying to like dog on community college.
No, it sounds like it's a mission. Like it's a
Yeah,
mission
it's
of
definitely a
yours.
mission. Like my mom would always tell me like even now she tells me, she's like, oh, I never thought I would experience this with you. Like I thought this only happened in the movies. So like it's kind of been worth it.
Dude, that's a lot of extra pressure.
Yeah. So, it's always been like that's has to happen. Like no questions asked.
Has to happen. All right. Anyone else? Did you consider anything else? Or has it just been 4 year? Has it always been college?
I'm the same as Mia. I won't lie. Early on, like freshman year. No, actually, I would say middle school year. My mom, I don't want to say forced me, but she put me in like these college prep programs that I'm still in. But honestly, I would say it was a blessing for me because going to university is a big deal, especially as first gen, low income, and it's just something that I just wanted to do to make my mom proud.
Days, I see you nodding too. I know your brother and sister also
Yeah.
graduated, went 4 year.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to like my family specifically, I'm also first generation. For my family specifically, I didn't really have pressure. I think I was just expected to like get good grades and then apply to college and get in because I don't really understand the process. So for me, it was always going to, university straight on. But I did consider it just because of the money. But I don't know. I've always just thought of going straight into it because I know if I were to go to community college, just because knowing myself, like I'm very introvert, I don't think I would go back to, college if I went to community. Yeah.
It happens a lot, right? It
So
happens
you
a
have
lot
to
of
push
students.
yourself.
Yeah. If you don't have a direct plan and life sometimes catches up with you, right? You start making that money and you realize you kind of like that. All that happens. It's all real. Speaking of money, that's actually the third biggest anxiety for students is how am I going to pay for this? How did that factor in your guys' decision making? How much stress has that caused you? How are you paying for college? Silence. Listen to that silence. Do you know yet? Anyone know yet?
I'll start.
Okay,
Well,
go ahead. Start.
I got my financial package from UCSD.
I'm not. You don't need to tell me. No, I don't want numbers or anything like that. I just want to. I want people to for future seniors, so juniors next year. I want them to know what the process is like.
Yeah, well,
and the stress that it's causing people.
Well, I applied to FAFSA really early on to get that government aid. I also, because I'm in college prep programs, they also helped me in applying for like other scholarships, like the Common Scholarship. It's like a San Diego one that sends applicants to like many scholarships that are in the area. They also taught me like different opportunities, like work study, working while on campus, and I feel like that's something that I would.
So you've already investigated ways you can make money while you're in school to help pay for it, to supplement it.
I've had guidance.
Yeah, perfect. Ladies?
Well, I'm 99% going to rely on scholarships and financial aid. Like I also applied really early on to FAFSA because I knew like that is the only way I was gonna go to college. Like, there's no exceptions. So yeah, I've gotten my packages, and thankfully I've gotten aid. So
So there's not much financial support coming from home.
no.
What kind of stress does that add to you?
Well, I was like, well, it just like motivated me to like apply to scholarships because like I wouldn't want to be a financial burden to my family, and either way, it's like they don't have the money. It's just like that's just impossible for most people. It's not even like because of my specific family background. It's like you look at these prices, it's just like, dude, who
That's
is
right.
paying
Yeah,
for this?
everyone's accumulating that debt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daisy, what about you?
Yeah, for me, it's mostly also scholarships, and I would have to work as well, but I'm very thankful for my parents because they have told me that they could help me out. So, yeah, I'm privileged in that way where I have parents who are ready to support me.
Cool. Fourth major anxiety is about changing minds. What if you change your mind? Have you guys even considered that? Changing your mind about majors, changing your mind about going to school far away, changing your mind about going to... Daisy taking a deep breath. What?
Yeah.
Explain that one to me.
I would actually go crazy. Like, genuinely, like, if I'm like halfway and like I'm like, damn, like I genuinely don't like this, like I'm not happy, I would, oh my God, like, I don't know. I think that would be
I
like,
see the anxiety rising in you just
Yeah.
talking about it right now.
like, I don't really want to think about that. I am open to switching majors. It's just like that feeling of like, oh my God, like I had this plan for myself and then I don't like it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, you know?
Everyone's shaking their heads right now. What are you guys thinking about that?
I feel the same way. Like, I mostly because me, film, it's not like something that guarantees you a job or like, in art majors, you kind of have to work double to kind of make a living out of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't worry about like the money aspect because I'm not like pursuing that. But it would feel kind of like a failure if I like, my thing is more like post college. Like if I go through the film and it doesn't work out. Like it's like either I don't like it or I just don't make a living out of it and I have to like go back live with my parents. That's like nightmare fuel for me.
Nightmare
Yeah.
fuel. Nice. You were shaking your head pretty hard.
For me, it's because like I spent 3 out of the 4 years devoting myself to build myself as an engineer, and so if I like change my mind, I would just be in an awkward position. It would be a little weird.
Almost starting over.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, essentially, you're starting over next year, right?
that is true. Yeah.
You're gonna be freshman again.
Right.
Well,
Oh no.
the look on your face is nice. What about this one? Just some advice maybe you have for our current juniors. How to start this whole process. Everything that you guys have gone through. As a teacher of juniors, I encourage the PIQ writing and stuff ahead of time. As an avid teacher, I had students in their junior year starting to do college career research and all that kind of stuff. What do you recommend to the juniors? You all said start your FAFSA early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what other kinds of little tidbits of advice you might give them?
I think my biggest tip is college prep programs. Because, like, if you don't take an AVID class ever in high school, you kind of just have to find this out on your own. And sometimes people find out too late. Like, they don't even realize, oh my gosh, the UC application is due in a week. Like, and they never knew.
Yeah, see, this is kind of the my existence in the imposter syndrome realm was that I had that in my background. Like I had parents that said, it was expected of me. I had people in my life that could tell me what to do and the process to go through. And I noticed with my students, if they're first generation college goers, they don't have that, that peer or someone that they can rely on.
Yeah, I feel like even in junior year, a lot of people still didn't know the difference between UC and Cal State, and it was concerning.
So that's something we need to do as a school, a little
Yeah.
bit of education there.
Yeah, I feel like just a organization that can help you, because like me and Daisy, we were in Pro Kids and like we really benefited from them. Like we were able
Yeah.
to go to a college road trip, like
For free.
and
College road trip is that something you'd recommend as well? Visiting
Oh,
some of the
Yeah,
colleges?
definitely.
I
Yeah.
would not
Yeah.
commit to a school without going. Like that's
Cool. So we got programs, get involved in college prep type programs. We got visit colleges. Anything else you can recommend?
Well, with they done, I also done. You know, Lincoln has some good programs here, like Wahupa, but I'm part of Trio,
Uh-huh.
and they gave me the opportunity in freshman year to actually stay at UCSD for 2 weeks. That's also is like a heavy factor of why I would like to go to UCSD. But another piece of advice is to like not procrastinate. If I'm being honest, there's been times where I just forget about deadlines, and then it just becomes a pile of stress.
It's funny when one of you says something, all three of you, big smiles on your face, shaking your heads. So don't avoid deadlines. Don't
Yeah.
procrastinate. Don't be aware of deadlines.
Yeah.
That's key. Did you all struggle to get stuff done in time?
very much so.
Thank you for speaking truth here.
Yeah.
I remember last second recommendation letters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Let's
that
go
was me.
ahead.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
me.
Still no. They're still doing that. But yeah, just like, I don't know. I feel like even now I've been missing a lot of scholarship deadlines. Like it's too much. Like,
Well, I mean, they say it's supposed to get easier your senior year, second semester senior year. It doesn't sound like it's
Wrong.
getting easier for
they're
you.
lying.
No.
They're lying.
No.
It's stressful.
It's
They're
stressful.
lying.
Yeah.
So that you can't experience senioritis yet.
Oh, it's
No,
here.
There's not even space for that for me.
Oh,
No, for me it's
Nice.
here. Like,
okay.
I don't know. It's like
I had that since junior year.
the weight of your entire life is just like on your backs, like whispering in your ear, like, yo, if you make one bad decision, this might affect the next 4 years of your life, maybe even 10. Like,
All right, I'm going to go ahead and skip question 6. We'll come back to it,
okay.
but I'm going to jump to question 7 because it directly addresses what you just said, literally, and it's the fear of failure.
No.
It's the fear of failure. What if I fail? What if I get to college and I fail a class? What if I get to college and don't make any friends, don't get involved? What if I have to come back to San Diego? Have you guys even considered that? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, like I said, that's like nightmare fuel. Like, that's just not something I like to think about. Because I want to think that I'll
It's
have...
not a nightmare, though. It's a reality.
No, it's a nightmare. I'm not gonna let that happen. Like, that's the thing. Like, I know it's possible, and I have thought about it, but like, at the same time, why would I let that happen? Like, no, that's not an option.
Okay. So I'm going to share Jasmine's story again. Jasmine, solid student here at Lincoln High School, solid student at UCSD where she's currently attending, was taking a math class and ended up failing the math class and was super hard on herself. Bout of depression, I would say. I mean, it's undiagnosed, but I would say it's depressive. Ended up having to take the class again. And when she got in the second class, she noticed almost half of her first class was in the second class. Meaning, it's kind of a normal experience, right? You're becoming a freshman again. You're going this whole brand new experience. It's not a sign of lack of intelligence, right? It's adjusting. Freshmen here at Lincoln High School do worse than seniors at Lincoln High School. Well, I don't know about that one. I might be exaggerating a little bit with that one. But freshmen tend to have a hard time adjusting because you're going from being at the top of the school, right, in middle school, to now being freshmen again. So it's a real, I see your legs shaking.
Yeah, well,
Just thinking about this is making you that
Yeah.
anxious?
yeah. Like, I don't want to fail class. I don't, since that never happened in high school. So,
Yeah, that's what it was for Jasmine too. It was like, this is the first time it's ever happened to me. And it almost like destroyed her to the point where she was considering dropping out. No? Daisy, I see you shaking your head too. You're in agreement.
I feel like that's a possibility, but I'm more scared of like the making friends like aspect.
Socializing part of it.
Because I'm considering right now more SDSU because it's like a cheaper option and my parents wouldn't be able to afford the UC. It's more the aspect of you know, building friendships again, like, because, you know, Mia's leaving and I'm not going to have any. So I'm going to have to build
You
the
guys
whole
are giggling,
support
but
system.
every person we've had on here has talked about how academics is only one of the aspects that's involved in your success in college.
Yeah.
And being involved is a major part of that.
I think it's more of like literally feeling like an imposter because I do know like in SDSU there's a lot of like white people, and I don't know. I just feel this stress where I feel like everyone's gonna be super weird or they're not gonna be. I know this sounds like kind of cocky, but they're not gonna be as mature as me, and I don't know. I can't surround myself with people like that, and I think that's the hardest part for me. But the failing the class thing, that's not really that stressful to me because I do know a lot of people in my support system that have failed the class and they've been able to figure that out. And like, you know, when trying, when trying new things, like, and you don't know anything about how the first day is going to be, how the classroom is going to look like, who's going to be in the classroom, how the professor's going to be like. So you're going to make a mistake. And you might hate the professor, they might just be a horrible teacher, and you might not pass the class, but everything's gonna be okay. Like nothing's gonna happen. Like maybe college is different than high school, so it's gonna be a different, it's gonna be a different environment. So it might be harder, it might be easier. You might be able to balance it with work. Like we all have different like factors affecting us in college, and I don't think anybody's gonna judge anyone that has to retake a class. Maybe it is like gonna be a struggle if you don't have the money, because do you have to pay to take
to retake classes?
Yeah. So yeah, that might be a struggle for that person, but I'm pretty sure there's support systems out there. Yeah.
I think it's really weird. I'm listening to your answers so far today, just listen to you talk, and you already sound like you're involved in the major. Like you mentioned psychology as a possible major, right?
Yeah.
It's coming across right
now. I think I'm in a minor in psychology.
Yeah, I'm getting psychology vibes right now. I'm getting engineering vibes. I am getting engineering vibes. So let me get to the next question. And I'm bringing this up because I have an example of an engineer that might relate to this. The question is, it has to do directly with the imposter syndrome based on things like gender and ethnicity. It's the question or the anxiety of, I don't see anyone else like me doing this. I don't have models or role models in this career field that I can look up to. Does that make sense? Do you guys remember Mr. Moeller? He was an art teacher here. Mm-hmm. His wife, her degree was in, I think it's structural engineering. And she went into the engineering field and immediately decided she could not do this and became a teacher. She's an elementary school teacher now. And part of the reason she did that was because there wasn't anyone else like her in the industry. She was the only female working as an engineer in the industry. She was the only person of color working in the field in the industry. And she was ostracized and she felt like an imposter on a daily basis. And so she went into an industry that was a little more diverse. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Have you thought about the lack of diversity in the career fields that you're all looking to get into? What impact does that have on you?
For me, not that much, because I keep on bringing up the robotics team, but I have alumni from the robotics team who actually go to UCSD and they're studying in mechanical engineering. I have a cousin who's about to graduate from Berkeley in the study of civil engineering. And so just seeing them, it's like
that's good.
Yeah, it's a factor of, it's like boosting me, saying that I can do it too.
I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about, is if you can find an example in the career field, you won't feel like the imposter. Mm. You'll realize that you can do it, right? And it becomes a normalized experience. Mia, what about you?
For me, I'm like aware that the film industry is mostly like male dominated. Like I'm pretty sure in the most recent Oscars, like the first woman won best cinematographer or something like that. So just like seeing that, it's like, dang, it's really gonna be like just guys out here, and like you see in like just film in general, like the greats, like it's all men, like oh Quentin Tarantino and Wes Anderson, and so it's like okay.
Well, you and I have had this talk before, and it seems to me that you're very aware of this because you've talked specifically about women directors and women storytelling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's those like directors and like cinematographers, those women definitely like motivate me to enter the industry because I feel like it's important to have women telling stories, even though I don't want to be a director, but like I would still want to be part of that greater impact that women are having in the industry.
Well, that's part of it, right? You don't necessarily have to be the director. We need women behind the cameras as well.
Yeah.
We need women running the soundboards. We need women in all aspects of it.
Yeah.
To
So
make it authentic.
I know I might be in situations where it'll probably happen where I'll be like, almost dehumanized just because I'm a woman. I don't know film.
Well, Hollywood is an industry that's famous for doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So I know that that's probably gonna happen, but it's not something that like affects me at the moment, and I hope it doesn't affect me in the future. So,
Daisy, what about you? Before you answer, I talked with Mrs. Mueller, Mr. Mueller's wife, this morning, and she said it wasn't even just that she was a woman in the industry and a woman of color in the industry. It was that she was an educated woman of color in the industry. So just the fact that she had a college degree made her sort of feel that imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I feel like careers in like healthcare are very like women led, I feel like, because of our nature, but I think I haven't really thought that far ahead. Like I've only thought about like when I'm in college, like getting my bachelor's and master's, like it's gonna be hard to relate to other people, but it's so important that we take these jobs because there needs to be more like cultural insight, and our experiences are very valuable to be able to help others.
Anyone else want to address the idea of not seeing anyone in the field? Any other ideas? Cool. I'm going to go ahead and move on then. This is also directly related to the imposter syndrome. I know we've talked about on this podcast quite a bit, is that the academic portion of college is only part of the experience, right? But one of the biggest anxieties that students have, especially students coming from Lincoln High School, is that they don't feel as though they're smart enough. Because there's not it's not normalized that students from Lincoln go on to higher education. Education in general is not promoted in Southeast. I mean, what is Lincoln known for?
Football.
See how quick that was? Right? So, of course, our athletes go on to college and stuff, and they feel totally comfortable. They feel as though they can be successful there. But our students don't. So how have you addressed that? Do you feel as though your experience here has prepared you? Do you feel as though you're going to succeed academically? Are you concerned about it? Let's start with, what are your GPAs right now? Let's see if you guys are successful students right now. You're salutatorian. I imagine it's what?
It's 4.48.
4.48.
wait, which one? The highest one?
Whatever.
No,
Yeah.
on the second.
Give me an average.
Oh, I think mine is 4.28.
4.28.
Wait,
I just said the lowest one.
the lowest 4.3.
So all of you, 4.2 or higher. That's a pretty high academic standing. Are you concerned about whether or not you're prepared?
Yeah.
You're concerned about it?
Yeah.
Do you think your experience here do you think, I don't know how to phrase this. Do you think the quality of the education you got here at Lincoln is equal to the quality of education happening in all these other places where there are white students, where
I
there are
don't
more
think so.
affluent students?
I don't think so.
You don't think
Yeah.
the quality of education is the same?
No, I don't. I feel like especially in like college classes
Mhm.
and AP, I feel like a lot of teachers are just not prepared to teach the classes, and I'm not blaming the teachers because like I don't think they have like much to say when they just tell them like teach this class. But I feel like it still affects the student negatively in the long run because like I don't know anyone from like those kinds of schools, but I see on social media like the workload of like the average AP class, and it's like nowhere near to anything I experienced here. So to think that that's like the standard, and we're essentially below that, it's like I don't know what I'm gonna see in college.
Are you worried about that then?
A little bit, cause like I don't know how to say this without sounding like really arrogant, but like I've never really studied for a class except for like calculus. That's the only class. But every other class it has been kind of like lenient, I would say.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure if I would be
When
prepared.
you say lenient, you mean like the teachers are being lenient with like deadlines and things?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. And I'm grateful for them. God bless them. But realistically, it's going to affect me
Got you.
in the long run. So, yeah.
Anyone else?
I agree, but I feel like I've also taken great classes here. But I mean, it's only 3 classes that like really left an impact on me. Like the sociology class with the San Diego City College, the professor was amazing. And then also Miss Faroki, I feel like she's very dedicated and she will give you the work and no phones. Like, and I feel like a lot of teachers like they're not really like locked in, let's say. Like the students have their phone on their lap or they have an exit test. Like they just don't really care to that extent. And I would also say, yeah, just the Miss Faroki probably is, yeah.
To me, I think they've done the best in their capabilities. I would say that teachers have done their best, especially like Mr. Hash, Mr. Jeffries, all the engineering pathway teachers. They've done their best. I've learned a lot from them, and it concerns me a little bit, but not too much, because then there's those factors of other people from Lincoln, like my sister who graduated from UCLA, and also one of my friends at UCSD studying mechanical engineering. He has failed a class, but he's learned from it, and that's something I want to take away too. That if I fail a class, I'm going to learn from it.
At least 2 of you have examples of college graduates who were also Lincoln graduates,
Yeah.
and they got the similar experience you had. Did they seem to be struggling academically?
No.
So I'm wondering,
My sister was kind of honest. I think she did say that there was times where she was like struggling in a class, but there's also times where she was like acing a class.
that's what just to let you. That's what Carly's doing her doctorate right now on something she calls it other mothering, right? But it's a concept that she learned while she was at UCLA, and she realized that when she was in some classes, she had advantages over a lot of the other students because of what she had here at Lincoln and what she learned at her middle school before she even got to Lincoln. What I'm trying to get you to think about, at least, is part of your understanding a social construct? Is it because Lincoln has a reputation? Is it because you've been taught your entire life to doubt yourself? Ooh, shit just got serious. Ooh. Do you think that has influenced whether or not you believe that you're smart enough to go onto a college campus?
No, I feel like the reputation, I mean, that is like a factor, but I mean, that doesn't really like affect if you're going to be paying attention in class or not, That's all up to you and if you're motivated. But I do mostly think that it's like as Mia said, like the teachers are just not prepared. Like when I took AP world, like my teacher was not prepared at all and it was just a mess. But when I took AP US with Mr. Walker, I just remembered his class was the only class where it was like, okay, 2 homeworks every day. This was scheduled. Like we went over all the units and I passed the AP exam. So I think it's literally just because the teachers are not prepared or they just don't understand the degree of like an AP class. But I think the opportunities of the college class are great.
Anyone else?
I think it does play a factor. I think more when you're getting to this point where like you're gonna go to college, the same thing I was talking about, like you see stuff on social media, like even as simple as people showing like their stats for their application, it's just like I could have never even had that kind of extracurricular here. Like that's not even an option.
Are you
know?
sure they did?
What do you mean?
Are you believing everything you read? You're a student in the media arts and entertainment pathway, Mia.
Look.
You should
I'm
know
just
this.
saying my experience. Like that's just
Is
what I'm
Instagram
saying.
reality?
I'm not talking about Instagram. I'm talking about TikTok. So
Is TikTok reality?
No, but it's still like okay.
So this is kind of what I'm saying is that there's an idea of what college is supposed to be and how smart you're supposed to be, right, to get there, that is being forced. Is that algorithm, whatever it is, has that influenced whether or not you think your education here is good enough? I have students that have come through this campus that have excelled at college. I have students in my classes right now that I know would excel in college, but they don't know it. Do you guys kind of get what I'm saying? Is that part of it? Maybe this is just me as a teacher being a little defensive. Maybe that's all. Maybe that's what I'm doing right now, and I'll admit that's probably some of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But consider the reality here is that you've been fed a story your entire life that's kind of influencing what you think of yourself, what you think of your experience, and what you're anticipating.
I mean, yeah, but like at the same time, if we're talking about this, we would have to look at the bigger picture. Like the bigger picture is universities like those students that had like a million extracurriculars and, you know, had all these opportunities, you know, so it's like.
Did you?
What?
Did you have all those extracurriculars and opportunities?
I didn't have that many.
And yet you got into some universities.
I know.
Okay, then.
But not like Harvard. So.
Did you apply to Harvard?
No. But like still.
There we go, right?
Like
This is what imposter syndrome is. Guys, you got into amazing schools. Obviously, they recognize some sort of talent there. Right? Mm-hmm. They recognize some sort of skill. Why do you believe it doesn't exist? This is what imposter syndrome is. Crickets. I hope that means you're actually thinking about something. I gave you something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah? You could argue with me all you want. You don't have to believe me, but just think about it.
I get it. There's like a false expectation that we're all trying to reach, but in reality, like, we don't even know if that expectation is real. We don't know if that person is lying. We don't know what they went through to even get that high of a GPA or get those extracurriculars. But
like, why you said you have a 4.48? Mm-hmm. Why do you think your 4.48 is not as good as someone else's 4.48? It's a 4.48. You guys took calculus. You should know that. Yeah. 4.48 equals 4.48. Why do you think it's any different? Where does that belief come from? You've been taught to devalue yourselves. You're worth it, is what I'm trying to say. You're going to be fine. You have the skills.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys know that yet? Because we just started imposter syndrome this year. That's why they don't know it yet. Hopefully, the more we do this, the more you guys will start to understand. Yes, you can. You'll have role models. You can do this. Am I making a little bit of sense?
Yeah.
Are you ready to move on? You're like, stop, dear. It's after school. We don't need to think about this anymore.
This is therapy.
This is therapy. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
open your heart and tell us all your trouble.
All right. So we only got two left. I haven't been keeping count, but I think we're on number 9 right now. And number 9, anxiety. This one's really interesting for me, is family expectations. What role did your family play in your choice? What kind of pressure has your family been putting on you? What kind of celebrations have you had with your families? What has it been like when you go home? I've heard stories of parents in tears. Right? Our first guest, Prince, he went off to Oregon today.
Yeah.
And so I know his mom is at home struggling right now. I've been texting with him. It's a hard thing for him, right? You have to have a little grace. It's kind of tough. What has it been like for you dealing with things outside of school at home? What are the expectations like? What are the experiences like? Don't everyone talk at once.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think for me, just baseline, they just don't, like, it just hit them now. Once, like, all my decisions came out, and I was like, okay, guys, like, that's it. There's no more waiting. And it finally hit them, like, oh, dang, she's actually going to university. Because, like, to them, it's like, when I was writing my PIQs and I was, like, working applications, they thought I was, like, lying or something. Because I would be in my room for hours, and they'd be like, like, you're not done with it? And I'm like, no, I'm actually not even close to being done.
And that's part of this imposter syndrome.
Yeah. And then, like, when decisions started coming out, like, I would tell them, like, oh, I got into UC Santa Barbara. And they're like, oh, nice. It's just, like, it's just that. Like, it's just, like, they don't really know, like, oh, wow, it's a UC. Like, no, they're just like, oh, that's nice, Mia.
Until
I got rejected from SDSU. And I told my mom, and she got really, really sad because it, like, clicked in her head that would mean that I actually need to leave to go to college.
Oh. So the fact that you were leaving San Diego to go to school is what that's what did it for your mom. Mm-hmm. And dad.
And dad. Yeah, so that's kind of how it went for me.
What was it like seeing both your parents cry over it?
Well, I'm not very much a good comforter. I kind of just stand there, look at them, and yeah. I mean,
awkward tension.
It's not awkward. It's just like, I mean, it felt nice. Like, at least they care. Like, they're crying for me, so I mean, I guess that's positive. They don't want me to leave.
Oh, they love me.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you guys? What has it been like?
For me, my mom has always been supported no matter what. I mean, she put me in these programs for college preps because she valued further education. Mm-hmm. But, it's also kind of like, because since I'm also like, she's just happy for me no matter what. Ever since I got my admissions, or like if I have like accomplishments in robotics, she's always so supportive. And that's why, like, I'm very happy. But it was the time where I got rejected from UCLA. She was a little sad, but she knew that she knew I really wanted to go to UCSD, and she was cool with it. She didn't really care much, but she was happy for me in the end.
What about siblings? What about your sister?
Oh, she was mad.
She was mad.
Yeah, she was mad. She was like, oh, she wanted to write a whole email to appeal, but I was like, no, it's okay. I was like, no, it's okay.
Yeah, nice.
I'm trying to remember.
Are there celebrations?
No.
Like for instance, I asked all of you. Well, I asked 2 of you if you would be willing to make your decision today on the podcast as to which school you're going to, because you gave me some options, and you immediately said no. And I assume that's because you want to share that with your family.
No, it's just because I have not decided, and I need to take as much time as I can and need, honestly, to process everything. But
what are you processing then? Let's go there. What are you weighing? Like, what are you thinking about?
I don't know. I just keep trying to envision myself. Okay, when I'm stressed out, studying for like a final, where do I want to be? What environment is going to be the best for me? Am I going to be able to do it? Because at the end of the day, you're going to pick your own struggles. So regardless if you're going to move out, that's going to be a struggle. If you're going to stay, that's a struggle. Doesn't matter. So
just to be clear, the options you're weighing right now are UC Davis
and San Diego State. That's it.
And San Diego State.
Yeah.
So if you're going to San Diego State, you're going to be having that at home. Are you going
Yeah.
to live at home, or are you going to go dorm room, or what?
I would live at home, but it's just the finance that is just like not working out. Like it's just too expensive to go to UC, and
Right, but what I meant was like the thoughts that you're having is, can I have this kind of experience at home, or do I want to go out and be alone and experience it on my own? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, I'm just trying to think like far ahead. Like yes, I know the first year I'm gonna have the dorm, but then it's like I gotta get the apartment. I need to find someone to live with. I need to find a whole new support system. I need to make sure that I check up on my mental health and not just stay in that academic bubble.
Have your brother and your sister given you any advice?
Honestly, my brother is just kind of my brother. Like he's just like, do whatever you want. Like just know that a roommate is gonna be a pain in the ass. Like, but he literally went to San Diego State. So and
Do you have a roommate?
no, but he's just like, just know, like I have some friends that he's just like one of those brothers where they're just like, well, let's see how it goes. He's
Well, he's not lying to you.
yeah,
Roommates are a really difficult situation for a lot of students.
yeah,
Especially if you don't get to pick who your roommates are.
yeah.
Okay. Last question. What if it doesn't work out? I know we're back to that night. What is it? What'd you call it?
Nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel. What if it doesn't work out? What if you get into that class and that imposter syndrome just becomes too heavy for you? And you really start questioning whether or not you belong there. What if?
I would leave. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I prioritize like just knowing myself. Like I prioritize my mental well-being, and if I'm in a state where I just mentally and physically I cannot, and I'm shaking in class, and I just don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna take a break. Life is too short to be over here struggling and like crying and being like, oh my God. Like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm taking a gap year. I'm gonna book the cheapest flight to Europe or something, or Mexico. And I'm just gonna go and just sit in a park and just journal and see.
Are you
what I
giggling
can
because
figure
it
out.
sounds like an amazing idea?
No, I love her dreams.
Oh,
They're
okay.
great.
That's genuinely what I would do. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, because I know myself, and I know I would just give up and go into a depressive like loop of like, I'm just not good enough, like I'm just a failure. I would immediately silence those thoughts, get some help from my therapist, and go book a flight somewhere by myself. Yep.
Would your response be as dramatic?
It's not dramatic.
I don't mean
Great.
dramatic
you're
as in like a
talking, like-
negative thing. I
like
just mean
failure,
it's excessive. I mean like
you're
the
in
struggle,
pain.
like you're like.
'Cause
Well,
if
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
this
fail
is
the
a
class, like-
symptom of imposter. This is a
Yeah.
symptom of this imposter syndrome. Is like you're sitting in class and you don't trust your own knowledge, and you've been made, like your sister, been made to feel as though you don't belong, and you're just like you're getting this anxious, paranoid state.
Yeah. If it's ongoing, I would definitely do that. But if it's not, and it's one situation, I would just go to my sister and just, bond with her. But
Yeah.
if it is that
So
serious, definitely
like
that.
Jasmine failing that class that first time.
Yeah. Failing class, I wouldn't take it that serious. I
For
would
her,
just,
for her,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a serious thing.
Yeah.
For you, it would be something more about your own personal mental
Yeah.
health. Okay. What if it doesn't work out?
I never really put much thought into it. I would just mostly think positively. I don't want to like have those negative thoughts fuel my head.
Hey, that's a fair
And-
statement.
and
That's
just
a fair
like
statement.
and just like start to like furthermore doubt myself, because if I'm accepted to UCSD, like that's a big accomplishment. I'm representing our culture, and it's
I mean, just know that's another added stress.
yeah, that is. But there's also those role models that like
There you go. There you go.
they fuel me. They boost my my motivation.
See, that's your therapist.
My sister.
Oh, your sister too, but also your therapist,
Yeah.
right? And you're talking role models.
Yeah, especially since my sister.
Yeah.
And, growing up with just without a father role model, it just shows me that I have to believe myself. seek that further education that my mom really wanted and worked hard for.
What I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that there are resources available to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to get that extreme before you seek help. There's help available on campus and off campus.
Oh, well, for me, like, worst case scenario, I would say, like, I would obviously try to get help first. Like, I've never had a therapist, but maybe now it's time. And maybe I'd get one. And if that doesn't work, and, like, I decide to drop out, like, yeah, it would suck. And, like, I feel like that would be more depressing than whatever is going on in school. But
It doesn't have to be something that, I mean, you don't, it's not like I'm saying, suggesting go to a therapist, but
that's what I would do.
I don't want to say you're antisocial, but you're not seeking social connections,
right.
right? Is that something you would even consider doing? Getting involved in the campus, getting involved in student life, getting involved in clubs and organizations and mentorships and internships and things like that.
Yeah, like, I obviously want to do that. Like, I don't want to be the same, like, high school student. Like, here, I found Daisy and, like, a couple other friends, and I called it a day, and I was happy. But, like, in college, I'm definitely going to have, like, more of an open mind for, like, socializing. Because either way, like, I need to do that for my major. So it's kind of, like, inevitable.
Yeah.
So
I just thought back to Carly. Other mothering, Carly gave us a little tidbit of information. She's studied this in her master's program, but also in her doctorate program. She says that when you're struggling like that, find yourself a Black woman.
You told me this. Yeah.
There's something about, she calls it other mothering, right? And there's something about that figure in higher education, but also in the workforce. There's something about the nurturing and get things done type attitude where they're going to help you. They're going to put you in contact with the people you need to get in contact with. They're going to take you in and offer you the meal, right? They're going to show up to your art show and see things out and talk to you about that kind of stuff, right?
yeah.
It's the other mother. There's always going to be someone on that campus that you're going to be able to connect with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So try to find those people. It'll help. Word.
Mm-hmm.
Any advice you have for juniors that are going to be going through all this next year? Any senior year advice for them?
You need like $10,000 to get through senior year. It is so expensive. So if you have a job, start saving up. Like, everything piles up. I would say,
Prom, grad night.
yeah, it's a lot. I don't even want to get into it, but
Okay.
it's like, and also I would say balance school and like outside of school. Like, don't just like get too into the applications. I feel like I did that too much, and all I thought about and all I ate, drank, slept UC applications like for
Overwhelming
2
for
months.
a bit.
Yeah.
You were having existential crisis every day.
Yeah, I didn't have hobbies for 3 months. Like, me and Daisy didn't even hang out for like 2 months. Like, it was crazy. So I would say, like, definitely, make sure that you still have a life outside of school in senior year, because it'll feel like you need school to consume you. Like, no, actually, it should be a very good balance so you don't go crazy.
That's interesting. So when you're involved in this whole process, you're like, yeah, it should be consuming me. But you're saying fight against the consumption.
Yeah.
Get involved in other stuff. Do other things to distract yourself. Cool. Any other tidbits of advice? Mm-hmm. I've said the word tidbits like 3 times this podcast. What is up with that? If you're thinking, I can update it on further episodes. I don't mean to put you on the spot or anything like that.
Well,
but
I agree with her in every way. It's just finding that balance.
You agree with her, Mister? I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning
Well,
designing this robot.
Well, it's because that's why I agree.
Okay.
That's why I agree.
You were consumed by it as well.
I was more consumed by outside than school.
Oh,
Because if I'm being honest, since I have college classes, I have a lot of free periods. Instead of like using those free periods to get other schoolwork done, or using my after school home time to finish my schoolwork, I prioritize my robotics club. And
I got you. So if nothing else, then we gotta get juniors to realize they need to have a balance.
yeah, there needs to
Yeah.
be
Is it a
that.
fair statement?
And an outlet, like find something that you can relax you when you're really stressed out, because you're gonna feel like that when you're applying to colleges. You're gonna feel like everything that matters, you're gonna just prioritize the college work, but you're gonna prioritize yourself. Find a hobby that can relax you, like walking or even just painting, something that you like even just picking up a coffee, because you're gonna feel, like Mia said, very consumed by school, GPA, and that's just not what it's about. It's about the new experiences and networking that you're gonna do in college.
Cool. Well, thank you, all three of you, for being here for our first Imposter Plus episode.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good luck next year.